On that note.
Okay, wait a minute. Go ahead and sing it one more time. Yes, I like it. Hey y'all, what's up? I am your girl Candy, and I'm sitting here with none other than Jacob Latimore.
Is that him?
Yes.
Is that him?
Not only is he an amazing vocalist, amazing performer, but he's an amazing actor as well.
We the next generation. We the next generation. This ain't Star Trek.
And right now, we're both in Chicago working on The Shot.
Look, what I gotta do to make you come work for me?
So I figured I'd take advantage of this opportunity and to get him to sit down with me just for a little talk on that note. So on that note, you've been in the business for a very long time. I don't know, like a lot of people may know you from the show The Shy, but some people just know you from music. Some people know you from the movies that you've been in, different things. But let's just start with, where did you start?
I started out doing music. I think film just propelled me into this space where I could like create a whole new fan base. Mm-hmm. So now when I put out music, they're like, oh, so Emmett sings.
Baby, are you waiting for me?
I'm like, nah, like Emmett been singing. Like, and so when people like do the history, like Kenny Latimore is my cousin. And
oh, he
is? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. See?
Now you taught me something new, and I've been knowing you a long time.
My dad and my uncles, they were singing during their time. My grandfather, so the Latimore family is just full of singers.
Oh, how I love the name Jesus. Oh, how I love the name Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? But acting is something that really was successful for me. You know what I mean? And it was different from the music. And I'm thankful for acting because it pays the bills and it's like, it keeps me busy doing something else that I could like express myself in. So I'm happy to have that and be the first in my family to really be successful in that field as well. So
cool. In that acting.
Yeah, the acting field.
Yeah, that's dope. Now y'all got 2 stars in the family.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. And it never even occurred to me. It's like Kenny Latimore, Jacob Latimore. It never occurred to me that that's the same family. Duh.
Yeah. And then he like, I had met him a little later on in my life, and he was just like, yo, what up, cuz, man? I've been seeing you, man. It's good to finally meet you, cuz. And we always talk all the time.
That's dope. That's dope. Well, I've known your mom forever.
Yeah.
And everybody may not know, but your mom has been your manager. Yeah. And so for me, that's how I got to know you a long time ago, earlier in your career. When you were touring and stuff, I remember seeing you perform. What tour was that?
Yeah, me, OMG Girls. It was
yes.
Diggy, Mindless Behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was in the audience. I seen you do your thing.
You know what I'm saying?
You used to kill the thing on the stage. So it's just like crazy being able to see you be able to transform.
Right.
And now it's like you this incredible actor,
It's been fun. The transition's been just like so crazy because now I see the industry at a totally different perspective now. Because things have changed so much in the music industry from that moment. You know what I mean? I was signed to a label.
What year was it that you were signed to the label?
I got signed 13. I forget what year that was. Maybe like 2010. I think it was something like that. 2000.
You was a youngin'.
Yeah, 2011, something like that. We was on the road for sure, like around the year 2011 for sure, and then I became an independent artist on the music tip, and then film really. I was still doing film then, but now I'm really leaning on film a lot more, doing more complex roles now. So.
What was your first acting role?
My first movie was this film called Vanishing on 7th Street.
You're the first people I've seen in 2 days.
Everybody's gone.
It just went straight to on demand, limited theaters with Hayden Christensen and Tandy Newton and stuff like that. I was 11. I was 11 when I was
crazy. So what's the first one that you feel like people started really recognizing you as an actor?
I would say honestly, I've done a lot of films and a lot of people recognize me from certain different movies, but it wasn't until The Shy to me where people was just like, Emmett.
What we gonna call it?
Gotta be inspired.
Let me know if you need some inspiration.
Nobody called me by no other character name strongly as Emmett. You know what I mean? And I think mainly because it was just the timing of the show and the timing of the character from my career. I hadn't really played a young kid that really represents a young man in the streets right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I always played like a nerdy kid in school or something else other than who we are. You know what I'm saying? So I think when I brought it back to like the culture of really like, you know, doing the Shy and booking the Shy and really diving into that role, to me, it seemed like everybody was like, oh, okay. That's the young actor from the Shy.
Right. Well, definitely you, you've been on the seat on the Shy since it started. So of course, you know, people love the show. They love Emmett, and Emmett's crazy. But I definitely have to say, I feel like you stood out to me. What was the movie when y'all was like had to try to run to get out the maze?
Oh, Maze Runner.
Maze Runner, yes, I love that movie.
Because of the Shy, people are looking back on some of those other films and being like, oh, you what? Okay, you was. Oh, so you was singing when you was young. Oh, so you was in that movie when you was young. Oh, I remember that, but I didn't put two and two together. So it's kind of cool to like, people don't really categorize me into one character. It's like I'm really like trying to shock people on how I can dive into different roles. So it's cool.
The crazy thing is that it's gonna be is because it's like because you started so young, and as you developing and doing more and more stuff, it's like you're gonna be one of those people that have that long career that people's gonna be like, oh wow, they've been doing it for 30 years, 40 years, you know, whatever.
I already feel like I've been doing it a long time, so I'm just like, and now I feel like when I look at the spectrum, I'm like, it's still only the beginning. That makes me even more excited.
Yeah, it's still only the beginning. Now let's get back to the music. What are you working on currently at this moment in music? Are you even focused on music anymore? Like, what's the?
No, yeah, last year I had dropped like 2 albums last year. The last part of my series album I was dropping since like 2016 is a series called Connection. And it was just like, for me, when I was signed, I never released an album. You know, I was always singles. I was touring on the road doing them spring tours with just a couple singles out. And everybody else on the tour had albums out. So I always felt like an outcast a little bit, and I felt like I had something to prove. So when I became an independent artist, I was like, I'm going to put out my first album. I'm going to put an album out and really create the sound and the look that I want people to see me as. So I put out Connection 1, 2, and 3. And last year I put out C3. I called it that. And I re-released the first 2 albums with the last album. So people thought I dropped 30 new songs, but those songs had already been out. You know what I'm saying? So like people like, yo, what does Jacob Latimore think he is dropping 30 songs? But it got people's attention. It was just a good like marketing tool for me to be like, nah, these songs been out since 2016, bro.
Right, but you just opening your ears to them.
Right, and that's what the thing is. Streaming is forever, so and people are still discovering that music. And then I dropped a project, my last project called Leo Season on my birthday last year.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm gearing up to drop another project. I'm just really taking my time because I feel like I've reached a level of momentum in my independent career where I could be like, people are really waiting for the next move for me. So I think I'm definitely in the studio all the time. I already got a few that I really love right now. So, but you know, film is just so much a part of my career as well. So it's hard to balance. You know, if that's the question.
Right. I mean, I asked you this before we started doing this interview.
We've been kicking it all day, by the way.
All day.
We watched Housewives.
He helped me do my audition tape
earlier today. We did a self-tape today. We've been working.
Yes, all day long. We talked about this off camera, but I wanted to ask it again for the people. Which one is your favorite, singing or acting?
It's so interesting because for me, it's like they're both extremely fun, the process. Like I love working on set. I love being able to run lines and figure out, you know, what scene works the best and how we can make it work to make it even better. You know what I mean? I love being in the studio. I love performing. I think the main difference is it's a lifestyle difference. Being an actor.
Totally.
Yeah. Like,
totally.
Being an actor is like, what you got to have way more discipline than when I was, you know, on the road when I was young. Like that's like the rock star lifestyle. You in the studio all night, you kicking it, you going to clubs,
hanging out, partying.
You can show up late to the music video set, like hours late. But to where we work at, like this film set, Disney ain't playing with you, Fox ain't playing with you, Universal they not playing with you.
You be fired.
You will be fired and you will be cut, and you don't get paid in cash. You don't get a back end. You know what I mean? If you're getting paid $1 million, you're getting paid per week. You're not getting the whole $1 million up front, my nigga. Like you gotta it's work, and it's you go to the gym, you study your lines, and you go back home because you got an early call time the next day.
Right.
You know, the process of being an actor can be quite, I would say, kind of lonely sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then when you dive back into the music, it's like, oh, I'm around my homies, I'm chilling, I'm around.
You got your entourage.
Yeah, I'm around my entourage. I'm walking in with my girl. She right here. You know what I mean? And it's just like it's kind of a relief for me. So I'm personally happy I got the balance of like the disciplined lifestyle of being an actor. You know what I'm saying? Because I need that to just be a better man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know?
Well, I don't know, child. I mean, I'm really loving this actor life right now, but it is kind of lonely at times. Like if you away from home, and, you know, having to go back and forth. For me, I had to go back and forth, you know, to be there with my family, or either they had to come up here.
Right. And COVID's making it even harder.
Oh, COVID is making it so hard, and the snowstorms.
Oh my God! It just started snowing.
Chicago is having terrible weather. Yeah, it's just like for me, it is two totally different lifestyles. So it's always so cool when I see somebody who's able to navigate back and forth so smoothly. It's
You
like,
got to. This shit ain't easy. You got to make it look player. Like you got to.
Where you are now in your career, what would be? I know we're talking about music and on that note, but we're gonna go to a quick actor thought.
Okay.
What would be your ideal role to play?
Ideal role. I would almost like to play like and I just kind of really started thinking about this lately because I feel like villains and like bad guys are like really hard to play. I think because they just got so many levels. You know what I mean? I think those are the roles you really got to go in and like practice and study and get with a coach and like, you know, really dive deep into a villain or like a serial killer or something like that. It's like you almost lose your mind. Because I played a role where I had to and I don't even know if this, and that's the thing about films, by the way, not to get off topic. You could record a bunch of music and it never comes out, and it's a lot of actors who do a lot of movies and they never come out.
Really?
Yes. I did a film, and I ain't even gonna say the name of it because I don't want to put the producers or writers on the spot, but I did a film and I don't even know if it's ever gonna come out. But I put so much into the role, like, and I kind of lost my mind. I think for a couple weeks, I played a young kid who was like schizophrenic a little bit, and he was just like, he was like a ticking time bomb. He could go off at any moment. You know what I mean? And he always was on the up and up, and it started to kind of affect my personal life a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, and that was the first time I dove into something that just wasn't me at all, not even a little bit. You know what I mean? So.
Well, I sure hope we get to see that.
Yeah. I think it was so funny. Miguel, the singer, has seen a private screening up in LA, and he DM'd me. He like, yo, people don't even know you, bro. They don't even know what you're capable of yet. And I was like, what? Because for me, I'm like insecure because I'm like, this is a new role for me. I'm hoping people enjoy if they don't enjoy the movie, they enjoy the work I put into the role. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's that nervous wreck of like, I hope they like this, and I hope I did it justice. And I was like, and so it's you gotta really, act in life, you gotta really tap into somebody it's spiritually kind of draining.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it can be. Now that we're in Chicago.
Chi-town. Shout out.
I think before we finish this season, we should go in the studio and go live for the people.
Let's do it.
What y'all think?
I think we should do it. I got a couple studios right now. I'm gonna call them after we say cut.
Okay. Well, I would like for you guys to drop below, and you know what? You can give some suggestions on like what type of thing or music you would like to see us come up with. What would you like us to just, write something real quick for y'all to see? Do you have a subject matter? Do you have anything? Just drop it in the comments below.
What y'all want to hear?
Yes,
what y'all want to hear out there? We trying to bring back that.
It could be something dope. You never know. They might put it in the
They might put it in the shot.
Yeah, they could. So this is, before we wrap it up, I always like to say, can you please tell people how they can find you? Where are you on social media? What you got coming up next, so they can know what to check out.
Got you. I mean, obviously, keep up with the Shy. Catch up with the Shy. Instagram at Jacob Latimore. Twitter at Jacob Latimore. Everything Jacob Latimore. If it's something else, it ain't me. It ain't me. I guarantee you that.
And go back and make sure you listen to his music that you have, if you haven't heard it already. Download all of those CDs. What you said, C3?
C3.
Make sure you download it, because next time he shouldn't be able to sneak us with an album that he already put out before. We gotta force him to keep putting out the new stuff. But I'm gonna try that though. I'm gonna go back and put out some old stuff and see what happens.
For real. Because it's like a lot of, I think this generation, things move so fast. Like, you can scroll through pictures every day. You always on to the new thing. Content is king. This is what we doing right now. This content.
Yeah.
To the world, baby.
Well, on that note, I guess it's time for us to go on up out of here and see you next time.
But on that note,
hey, play it. All that.
But on that note,
hey.
note.